from what I actually heard even
Escorting.
before the show, was that Joe was actually like really rough with you, which didn't actually make the editing. Like, what exactly did Joe do at that point?
You know, I don't think I can give full details, but I can say that I had whiplash for about 2.5 weeks. It was bad, and he didn't handle me with care. He didn't handle me like, oh shit, this is my homegirl who just got hit with a cup. Let me just get her out of here. If security would have got me, they would have grabbed me by my waist, but he didn't. He actually had his hand wrapped around my neck, and it was pretty bad. And it's funny because now he says, I didn't manhandle Raqi, but you have another scene with your mom and she's asking you what the hell happened at the pool party. It wasn't because he was dragging me by my hand. It's because he snapped out.
So he actually grabbed you by the neck?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I had his fingerprints on the back of my neck for a few days.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever think of filing assault charges on either one of them?
Call me ignorant. I don't come from that neck of the woods where I'm just pressing charges. I don't think had he punched me in the face, yeah. And honestly, in that moment, I wanted to punch him in the face, but I knew he was high, and I knew his strength was on 1,000,000. I don't know how strong he is off of Molly, but on the Molly, it was like he was the Incredible Hulk. And I said if I retaliated, I was gonna be like knocked the fuck out. So it took me a couple of days to get over it, and there was a few people who wanted to go see Joe, and being a friend and knowing that he was high as a kite, I just let it slide. Yeah, most people wouldn't, but
so he was on Molly at the time.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Yeah.
Specifically, you were actually seeing him doing it?
Yeah.
Is that his drug of choice?
It was supposedly at this point he's clean. I don't know. I'm not around him anymore. We haven't really spoken since.
Mm-hmm. How did your relationship, with Joe really start?
Let's see. It's really funny because I tell him about this, and I don't know if he forgot or not, but the first time I ever interviewed Joe was when Pump It Up came out, and I was in Def Jam, and I had an interview with him, and he completely murdered me in my own interview. The guy grabbed the mic from me and sunned me, and I was like, holy shit, I can never get sunned on a mic like this again. So I kind of followed his movements and listened to his music. I'm like, this guy is brilliant. 3 years ago, he ends up on my show, Sirius XM. We did Random Rock Candy. We had really great chemistry. It was like back and forth banter, super witty, and I was like, finally, I got him, because he killed me 11 years ago. And from that point on, we exchanged numbers. We spoke every day, and people were like, you guys really need a radio show. So we started bonding over this idea of doing radio together, and then it became like this super friendship, so I thought.
When we asked Tahiri if she thought that, knowing Joe the way she does, whether she thought the two of you slept together, she said yes.
I'm a firm believer people see you how they are, not as you are. Tahiri and Joe had their situation. Tahiri, to me, sees Joe as the gateway to all careers. He put her on. He puts a lot of chicks on. The difference between her and me, I'm not a booty model. I'm not face down, ass up at all. There's nothing Joe can do for me. Joe met me on radio. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the bigger issue. She thought that he and I were gonna get together, and then boom, my career was gonna flourish as hers did, I guess. And it's just totally not the case. And I get it. Joe lies a lot and he manipulates. So if that's what she believes, she believes. But I'm all for getting strapped up to a lie detector test. I'll pay for this shit myself.
Right, so the two of you are strictly platonic.
Strictly. I would never, I know how he is as a person in a relationship. And I'm super private when it comes to someone I'm dealing with. I cannot, listen, if I put this shakata on Joe, the fucking internet would have imploded a long time ago. You think Joe would have smashed this and I put it all over the goddamn internet? Come on, he hasn't done it yet.
I feel you. When you met up with him to talk to him about the situation at the party, he started screaming at you.
Oh, he was barking.
Yeah.
It's funny because everyone says, God, Raqi's bags were so big. People don't realize that scene took forever to get, because that was the least amount of barking he did. He was irate. He was nuts. It was to the point where I was like running out of the bar because I'm like, I can't do this with this guy. I was nervous.
Why go see someone who put their hands on you? At least by yourself. for that matter?
Well, I'm contracted and we're never by ourselves. So
there was security around.
Yeah, I haven't personally on my own strength spoken to Joe since.
So you had to go speak to him about this?
We're on a reality show.
On the reality show. Or were you dreading that walk into that?
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, initially I was hurt and I thought I would go in there, we would talk, and he would have some kind of sane frame of mind because we were friends for years. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that I would walk in and he'll still be on 100 and the Tasmanian Devil. Did not expect that at all. Because I had a little bit of hope that he would feel sorry for what he did. There was a few weeks between the pool party and that scene, so I was like, by now he should feel sorry. I know everyone in the crew has called me like, damn Raqi, that wasn't supposed to happen. And so, yeah.
I seen him at the holiday party, was like, what's up, partner? What's up, partner? What up? That was it. Gave him a pound of anything. See, I ain't no bitch ass nigga. That's my thing.
We didn't even get far enough to where it was one person's signature or this. It was just to the point where it was like, it was so many people you had to get on the same page, basically.